Gentleman in the mix.
Just kidding. Not 4K. Somehow set everything to 4K. We got 40,000 kilobytes per second of bit rate. I mean, insane. But apparently, it's still not 4K, and I don't know why. I literally no clue. So we're just gonna 1080p it, even though we're 4K and we're not. Same time, amazing. I'll tell you, man, like streaming is not easy if you want to do it up here at this level. So we'll figure it out, but we'll just deal with pathetic peasant 1080. Hopefully it's 60 FPS though. But good to see y'all. Hope you had a good weekend. Bitcoin did. You know, we did yesterday. Just yesterday was the highest daily candle close since January 30th. January 30th, man. Okay, so let's take a look. Very disappointed about the 4K issue, but of course nothing's ever easy, man. Okay, you were supposed to be able to see my nose hairs be looking like BX cables. Okay, you were supposed to you could see them and it'd be like wow, but you can't. So maybe next stream if we can figure out the problem here. Okay, did everything I was supposed to. Altcoins yesterday were gone. I mean, they went crazy. Dogecoin was up like 20%, down 7.5%. Everything's down today. Bitcoin's barely pulled back, man. Bitcoin, you know, had a candle close yesterday of 104,821, and we have 30 minutes to go until it is controversial. We don't really know if it's going to happen or not, but if we get any sort of rally in the next 34 minutes, we very well could have the highest weekly candle close in human history on Bitcoin. So that's like, what do we need? We legit need 104,447.60 on Coinbase. We're at 103,978. So we're about 450, 500 points shy of that history. I know I unsub, you know, no 4K. Dude, I thought I had it all. I did everything. I still don't know why I wouldn't be. Dude, 40K kilobytes per second is nuts. The most I'd ever done up until this point was like 12K max. And now we're like tripling that. Yeah, sorry, no nose hairs for y'all. So 104.23 right now. We are in the running for history. I hope it happens, man. I'm pissed though. Think about 104K Bitcoin, 4K stream. History? Nah. No way, dude. It can, I mean, the DB says bitrate between 30 and 50 is what AI says, but, you know, I went 40 just to try it out. Didn't think that'd be the issue. Hot Studios, we don't know yet. We'll find out, okay, when we end up doing... The next stream will be 4K. I'm going to try anyway. Anyway, so here's your weekly. This is the craziness of all craziness. Or what did we do at the peak of the week? We tested the highest candle close in history from December 9th of last year. So many tests and failures, and one more. So that is what we need. Yep, the old close 104,447.76. So we need 104,447.77 pretty much. So it'd take a lot, man. That's like we got to rally 500 points. I don't know. We'll see. But forget Bitcoin because it wasn't even the story. The story is the weekend. It was yesterday's move across the markets, which was just crazy. We can look at Ethereum that was doing things too. Look at that, dude. Yesterday was the highest candle close on Ethereum since February 23rd. Just real quick, Ethereum is only down now at this point 13% since Eric Trump said to buy Ethereum. So he's getting closer and closer to redemption to where we don't have to, make fun of him anymore. But yeah, in a 3-day period, 3 days, Ethereum goes up 43%. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy, dude. But at least in the end, it came after they broke the channel. The breakout happened. It just that is spectacular. Still, can you say it? Still below the 200-day simple moving average. That's wild. Suddenly, we were not even at a 23% retrace, while Bitcoin was at a 78% retrace. And now we got probably a 45% retrace from the high to low in the recovery. So catching up pretty fast. Let's look at that weekly. Crazy how the weekly 200 simple moving average was. I guess it was 200 month maybe. No, we're recapturing the 200 week. Maybe I was looking at another chart. Recapturing the 200 week simple moving average, where we had been below it since February. Looks like you might in 30 minutes get a close above it for the first time since February. That's nice. But man, in the end, where did it bottom? It's almost identical. I'm not kidding. Like identical to what the index funds did. At least the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ and some Mag 7s. What did they do? When they crashed, they went and just pretty much revisited. Well, never mind. I take that back. This one was way worse because a lot of these Mag 7s, S&P, and NASDAQ, they pretty much went to their 2021 cycle tops. But Ethereum was so bad, it went and revisited its 2018 cycle top. And that is where it bottomed. So, good news is, if you look on the weekly, there's just not much here till $2,800, $3,000. That could very well be on deck. Not much there. All right, hype for Ethereum waking up 40+% in 3 days. Absurdity. XRP down 4%, but it's all good, man, because we broke out. We yesterday made the highest candle close since March 19th, multi-month highs, and we haven't made a higher high yet. I mean, respectively from the previous highs, but hey, we're in a short-term uptrend. We're making higher highs, higher lows since the bottom in early April. So that's good. It's still above the 200-day moving average. That's good. Looking more and more favorable for a busted head and shoulders pattern on the weekly. I'm hoping for that. That'd be wonderful. So no, the internet's good. Everything's good. I just don't know why 4K. All right, I got to change the title of the stream because people will come in and be like, bro, it's not 4K. And I'm like, dude, I know. Like, I don't know why. Hold on. Let me just do that. I'm going to just delete it and save. Now, no longer false advertising. Okay. Thanks for the 700 people here. Good to see y'all on this Saturday weekly close. We might have history. Doesn't look like we are, though. I mean, it would require a $600 rally at this point in a 28-minute period. I mean, it could happen. I mean, these moves this weekend, they've been 600-700 points in a few minutes, so it's not impossible, but, Father Time is ticking. The internet doesn't matter. I've got plenty of upload speed for this. Dude, I'm good. So yeah, what happened though? Let's get through XRP, the weekly. Great news, man. The head and shoulders not as scary, like that right there, right? We take it at $3, we invalidate this. I already think we're in pretty good shape here. We're going for a bullish engulfing candle. We're going for the highest weekly candle close confirmed since March 17th. I like this. This is getting. I mean, it just seems like the longer you're staying above the neckline here after the failure, more likely this is going to bust, and we're going to at least maybe go test the top of the range. 290 level could be your big weekly target here. You break 290 to go to 3+, then it never was, it never will be. But what a fake out in the end. A 17% drop in pump in the same week in April. It was way higher than 17%, but off the lowest point to recapture it was 17%. So great stuff, and then we can shift to Solana. that, wow, we were so close to that 200-day moving average. What a 3-day pump, man. Solana, how about this, man? 21.5% in 3 days. Yeah, and in the end, that 4 hour was pretty good because it was like my bull flag, bull pull, bull flag, down sloping consolidation, strong, and it just broke higher. And then that 160 level, hot knife through butter. I mean, your hard target, given enough time above 163, is 190. So it always has been. But yeah, I mean, you're up against that Trump pump and dump. That's it. Without that, it's no brainer. 188 to 198. So, yep, still impulsing off after a wedge breakout. The buyers recaptured a key inflection point. Oh my God, they reconfirmed it engulfing, and then another level they reconfirmed it as support and engulfing, and that was it. Now we're from the all-time high to the lowest point. We've retraced a little over 38% of the way. So still, all these coins are just massively underperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin is virtually hitting an 88% retrace from its high to low. This one, 382, right? Ethereum, 44% retrace. XRP, what was XRP? Still pretty far off. Dude, yeah, not even pretty much a 50% retrace. Say 49% retrace. If this was the Bitcoin chart, if it was performing equally to Bitcoin on the recovery, Fibonacci-wise, it would be around $3.15. So it's cool that these altcoins are pumping now and had been, for a few days, but still, relatively speaking, trash compared against Bitcoin since the bottom. Okay, and yeah, so BNB down 2% today, but hey, they finally did it, man. I feel really good above 638, 621. Finally, man. But yeah, you just can't sleep on it because there's just these other peaks, right? 660 and 691. The old all-time highs from 2021. But the weekly's starting to shape up a lot better than what it was at. Yeah, man, that's a solid bullish engulfing candle. But here you go, right? You see the candle high close from 2021 2 times. That's a huge deal. So hopefully we're putting in the highest low ever. And if we have any strength in the crypto market in the coming weeks, you break this and you probably run to all-time highs. And then you think about what would Fibonacci extensions be on BNB if the market conditions reversed, or right, for BNB re-reverse, because it's been good, but now this is like the highest low in the history of BNB on the weekly. Can you believe that? With a formal back test of that key level. So if things start going well for Bitcoin again, right, like, hey, we're going to all-time highs, we might break all-time highs, we're going to 120. Well, 834, 906, your 1618 on BNB on the weekly is like $1,000. That's a lot. That's like 75% upside for your outer fib extension golden mean ratio target. So that's this one is shaping up because this took time. 3 different two tests, and then the third one they tried, and there was too much demand. And that might be your subtle sign of strength right there. So just pay attention to BNB. They might be starting to or beginning to absorb the remaining supply at this massive level. All right, I like it. I'm starting to like it. Golden candle confirmed in just 22 minutes. Bitcoin's still just trading right below $104,000. Typical, since we are not 4K. Very disappointing. Okay, so let's look real quick at. Do we have the futures? Yeah, the future. I'm from the future. What? You heard me. One sec. I'm from the future, and wow, the trade talks in Geneva upon us, and that is what catalyzed a massive gap up. Not massive, but just quite an impressive gap up on the futures. S&P 500 futures top left. Top top right is the Dow Jones futures, NASDAQ futures bottom left, bottom right Russell 2000 futures. Russell 2000 futures at highs of the day, highs of the new week on that gap up. Beautiful. NASDAQ is, positive candle after gapping up. So this is, it'll fill at some point, but hey, this one needs to fill down here too. But man, not if Trump's just going to keep firing off trade deals with UK last week, and it's going to be China this week maybe, and then who knows next week. He's got his weaponry to keep pumping these markets, giving some PTSD to short sellers. Yikes. The futures, very nice. And then we can look at Bitcoin futures real quick. There's an unfilled gap, man. Look up here. We could argue and say this is where traders settled up on Friday, 103.665. You gapped up. Look, you opened at 104.7. So you would think an actual gap fill would be where traders settled up, right, to close the week at 103.6, and there's one below it at like 101.8. So there's two gaps right there unfilled. We're not even going to talk about the unfilled gap at 91.880. That is still very real. So just marching up and just getting closer and closer to what it looks like, right? We discussed this as soon as that breakout occurred of this dragon spine. Look, the dragon. What does the dragon graduate into sometimes? The shark. And where is the shark? The 886 is the pattern completion zone of the bear shark. Well, it looks like we're pretty much there. We got, how much more till we actually hit the 886 from where we are right now? You got about 1.66% until the formal 88% retrace is tested, pattern completion zone, price reversal zone of this complex wave structure, the harmonic, the bearish harmonic we call the bear shark. That target on futures is 106. What's that say? $106,000. That's it.
Hype in the chat for the moms. We owe it all to mom for creating and nurturing us. God bless the mom. Thanks Mitch for always showing up.
Andrew, thanks so much for the super chat, man. Yep, hype the chat for moms. Sent my mom some bouquet of roses. There are a few orange roses for Bitcoin. This is so crazy, man. It looks like my shirt is like glowing. This is like the emblem is the Republic of Gamers on my laptop. It's wild. I'm reminded to drink my drink here, my sparkling water. Just doesn't hit as hard because it's not 4K. Very disappointing. Sorry. Again, we will get it figured out. I swear. Just gotta bear with me, dude. This is new technology. So what happens at the 88% retrace after a crazy run in such a short period of time relative to the daily? Okay, in a little over, let's say 5 weeks is all it took for Bitcoin to complete the C to D wave of this structure. That is crazy fast. And it's getting dark. We got storm clouds developing. It's starting to get really tough to even see me on the screen. What the heck? I don't know. We got DB Cooper working on the technical difficulties, dude. Yeah, DB Cooper, though, if you're listening, I see you in general chat, but it's like 50K isn't going to make it, like, you make it eligible for the viewer to be able to see it, right? We can't change bitrate while we're live, unfortunately. So 103.836, 17 minutes to go. Doesn't look like we're going to get an all-time high close unless a miracle happens, and that's about all we could hope for. Man, some of these altcoins, they went crazy this week. Or this weekend. I'll have to go to Doge. My God, man. So they finally did it from the highest high. Well, we didn't even go from the highest high. We went from this high from January. We finally hit a 38% retrace. Dude, that is pathetic. I mean, it's great, dude, that it rallied, but it's just sad. Very, very sad. State of affairs for this one. Let's go to this high up here. I used this high because this was when Bitcoin topped out. So the same respective high as Bitcoin and some of these others. That's why I did it. So you, from the highest high to the lowest low, you have not even made a 38% retrace. I mean, if this was Bitcoin, you'd be at 44.4 cents up here. Not even close. So one thing I kind of didn't see People in the community had identified it. You had this big old M shape, dude. It hit an 88% retrace. It's like, dang, dude, you're right. I was just pleased with the short setup hitting the third target and just being done at that point. So right there, look at that. I mean, isn't this is similar to what isn't this not like in a way similar to what we're looking at on Bitcoin? Like, man, we're hitting the 886 here. We're approaching the 886. And so when you hit 886s like this, sometimes it can usher in the reversal. But yeah, not even testing the 200-day moving average yet. Got a lot of work to do. Right at this swing. They broke it yesterday, the March 29th high. March 29th of last year. And yeah, so still in the downtrend. Crazy enough, I know. You still confined within the parameters of this channel. But rejoice. A back test of 18 cents would still be the best situation because you didn't get a formal back test, right? When they recaptured this level, there is no form of confirmation from market participants that it's real again. You want to see something like this if you're lucky enough. Oh my God, you can get that. That's like trade setup dreams right there. I mean, those would have to dump a lot more, which I just don't know, man. Alts woke up like crazy, and then we didn't look at it. Bitcoin dominance got smashed. Oof. Look at this 3-day drawdown. This is the 3 black crows right there. That's good news, man. Finally, some relief. So I'm wondering how the 3 black crows it's not catching faulted today, but still you can go sideways and eventually continue lower. But yeah, Japanese candlestick reversal, classic. 104,020. Oh, Elon, is that a joint? $14 minutes, chat, to the weekly close. Let's look at the weekly on. I mean, this is probably a crazy candle. Oof, look at that. Big old bearish engulfing. You took out an entire month. Entire month of gains gone on Bitcoin dominance. This is the biggest red candle we've seen since December last year. So, Marco, yeah, we can look at whatever that is. Man, text is so small. Yeah, Cello. We'll look at Cello, Marco. Sure, dude. Look at it right after this. Why not, man? Yeah, so hopefully we catch follow through next week. If you want alt season to occur, this will be it. And people are going to be like type 1, type 2 of something. Let's see if there's any sort of... let's go high to low here and see. See, you're not deep enough yet. Like I would be like, yeah, 69 to 70% would make all the sense in the world because from this highest point to lowest point after... You have not even seen a 78% retrace yet. So you figure like maybe we have a little more upside, but whatever. Maybe like, you go a few weeks of down, you put in a higher low later, and then Bitcoin outperforms again, and then altcoins catch up. But yeah, you're still not deep enough, I don't think. I mean, from this, it's a very uncontroversial anchor point for fibs, right? Straight down. So no, it's just that's it. 66.2 is a 786, 886 is about 70%. So I don't know, we're not deep enough yet. Either way, big bearish and golden candle and 3 black crows. Log hit the 786. There you go, man. What was a solo? Real quick, dude. He wants a solo. Oh my God, dude. Well. Yeah, some possibly a huge deal coming on right here. Maybe that's too. I don't know if we can call it a shark, but that's a 113 by the looks of it. An informal W shape, maybe. Too shallow. Well, it's really close. My God, really close. So on sharks, the B to D, which is not the B to D actually, because 0xABC, and then the D point's actually a 50% retrace. You're valid. You almost have a 1618 right here, giving it validity as a shark. But above the W shape that's just sitting there in front of us, they're recapturing this swing low back from November 2022. And the consequences of that could be amazing. I mean, just looking here, you can see the swing low, candle close, reversal, swing high, reversal, right? You see it, support. It's been support before. And look, it was a beautiful bearish back test in January before it collapsed. I mean, this is the level. That's the target, 74 cents on the weekly. Above that, you'd have a 91-cent target. So, I mean, they are recapturing it for sure. You've gone, wow, dude. An entire month of positive candles. I'm going on 5 weeks now. I mean, this candle was kind of weird, the last one last week, but this one's really making a case. So when we recapture this, you want to see a back test on the daily if you can help it. But yes, risk management wise, you know, if you stay above 39.5 cents given enough time, you have a target. I mean, your upside potential anytime above that level, based on history, you have about 77% upside. Right, it's history, straight down and up and down and up and down, up, down, down. This is a wormhole, liquidity wormhole. There's not going to be much on the order books here. So, yeah, Cello, Marco, dude, they are doing some stuff that they haven't done. My God, dude, remember this? What the? Your 886 Gartley type 1, type 2 at the, that's the dream, man. That's the edge. That's how you give yourself an edge on the market. Identifying M shapes at key inflection points with one test and then a second test. Amen. And so here we are. They're recapturing it. So we want to spend, and I get it. Look, a little inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Very visible. It's very real. The neckline kind of is 40, 41 cents here. So, wow, look what they're doing today. Today, they're actually attempting to reconfirm its validity as support. Yeah, that's a huge deal, man. That's a really big deal. So pay attention to that, Marco. That's maybe your line in the sand there. Thing is, they could take this to like 35 cents. They could even do this crap and then hold it, and you'd still be fine. But yeah, again, for trading plans and all that, yeah, you set your stops below the inflection point, and then you let it ride to the next major level, and that certainly is around 74 cents, 73 cents. So I have a chat, Marco. Yeah, that's what happened, dude. That's what happened to a lot of coins. Like, they started like...
Thank you, Mitch, for your dedication and awesome TA. Can you look at Ondo?
Burton, thanks, dude. Thank you, man. Well, we typically have like a minimum stuff, so just for the sake of quality. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Crazy sharp. If anything, 50% retrace. Minimum 70 cents, 69 cents either way. Even if it becomes a bearish 5-0 pattern, that would be your pattern completion zone of it. So that's amazing. So it could take it up there. You could take it all the way up to a 50% retrace on this. Maybe we're starting the new wave. Obviously, they broke a supply line like many others did, but a lot were making like all-time lows. They were breaking key supports from years ago, and now in the past like week, buyers have come in on these altcoins, and buyers are recapturing these key levels, and that's really important. So, gotta love that. We got 8 minutes to go. Chat, it doesn't look like we're gonna do it, man. We are not going to get a $500 pump in a matter of 8 minutes. I mean, it would. Crypto hoarder, call them up. Bet Moon Boy, we got to get someone out there to start bidding this thing up. We want history, weekly history. Alani's not that great. One sec. Okay, so yeah, there were others, right? Like a lot of like just assets, right? Just they're correlating to levels, holding, look, big rallies on comp, at a key support. I think Dash recaptured. Look at this. Look how close you are. It's like you're so close to like the promised land possibly on something like Dash. Like if you recapture $25 for real, that's psychological first off, but that's just like a major level from 2023. Like recapturing that, the consequences could very well be a $38 target. So this is what I'm talking about. They were like garbage. Like it's all-time lows, the lowest level we ever saw in April, and then they're done, they're cooked, and then now momentum shifting, and now they're trying to recapture the entire inflection zone here. Ones like CRV, though, were already amazing, man. Like, you couldn't even believe it. They violated a key inflection point just to complete this M shape. And yesterday, CRV had its highest price, highest candle close, actually, since January 21st. I mean, this thing's been marching like crazy. Spring back test of spring. Beautiful.
Carl tipped $25. Appreciate your streams and TA, Mitch. Can we take a look at $PLG, please?
Is that platinum? I mean, platinum, dude. Heart rate monitor for the rest of your life. I don't know. That thing's fixed price. Everyone's good with platinum prices for now, the past 10 years, and probably for the next 10 years. Yeah, I wanted y'all to see my nose hairs, dude, in 4K, but yikes. Stuff like EOS, unbelievable. They'd already put the bottom in. This beautiful M shape develops, and they take it lower, and then they recapture the key level. They reconfirm its validity as support. I mean, this is what you're talking about, man. This is what edges are. M shapes complete. Buyers recapture levels. And then, look, that level that was once a key support from 2023, resistance. It's been a support before going higher. They regard it as support, so the buyers reconfirmed it. And look, I mean, just yesterday, EOS made its highest candle close on the daily since January. And now they're above this key inflection point where the consequences, given enough time on EOS above this level, could conclude with a $1.34 EOS. That is incredible. Like, this one already bottomed and put in a higher low. Not many had been putting in higher lows like this. So just interesting. An old joke coin, $4 billion seed money in 2017. ICO boom, failure, Mighty Ducks guy, is their poster child. USBs and hands in pockets during presentations, and here we are, right? Like, bottom in 134 target probably from here in time. Wow. Like, Filecoin, all-time lows, dude. I mean, it was doing it. It was over. It was freaking done. Filecoin. And then, they rally it, puts in the lowest high ever, regards the level as resistance, sell off one more time, and then a big engulfing candle, and they break the supply line of this channel. Then they recapture $3, and given enough time on Filecoin above $3, you have like a hard target of 486. So that means like Filecoin, from where it is right now, it could eventually rally 57% to its next big level. That's what I'm talking about. New data comes in, and we must identify that new data and understand the consequences of it. Because like 1 month ago, trash, lowest low, lowest high, all-time lows, there's nothing about. And then all it takes, 1 month of price action, and we're back. The buyers, CZ and his goons of all these coins are like, we're going to make these markets. We're going to recapture supports. And we understand the consequences of failed bearish breakdowns. That's what's been going on these coins. They were confirmed bearish breakdowns. And then time went by, and the sellers had the ball, and they could do nothing. So they're punting to the buyers. And it's time for the buyers to come in here, and you have a 486 target on Filecoin given enough time above $3. That's just how it is. All right. Okay, so we have 3 minutes. We're at 104.1. That means we have to go up another 400 points pretty much. Not going to happen, chat. Man, we were so close to history. Maybe we'll get it next week. Come on, Bitcoin. Well, hey, that's good though, right? We can have a 4K stream for history next week or something. Oh, man. Many other coins, dude, like they were done, dude. They were done. ICP. It was over.
Thanks, Mitch, for your work. Would love to see you collab with another streamer. So you guys can talk and chart. Would donate to that vote for Mitchie.
Bet one then two. Thanks so much, dude. I'm kind of an isolationist streamer. Always have been. It's just thing is, like, technical analysis is a language, and in order for the stream to go well, like for it to be fluid for the audience that also understands TA, the person I'm collabing with has to understand it by the book, similarly to how I do, right? Like, that's how Scott Carney and me, our collabs are so good, because we just, we're talking the same language. But that language, it takes a very long time to learn that. So I'm not sure, you know, I get on a stream with somebody and they're looking at the 15-minute chart and immediately I'm just like, nah, dude, I don't do that. I don't ever look at 15-minute time scales. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like, what are you doing? You know, it's only identifying patterns on the 15-minute. I'm just not, you know. Thanks, dude. Anyway, so ICP, it was done, dude. It was cooked. It was over. You know, and then the buyers recaptured the level. And then look at this one June 2022 low. Look what they did. They defended it and they recaptured it. And that's it. They broke a supply line too locally. All right, chat. We have less than 1 minute. Look at this. Like they just breaking benches, dude. Morbidly obese, Breaking Bad. Okay. So that's just like the things that were bad a month ago have now kind of turned into decent. Whoa, one time, just like 2 different times. Look at this. Scale in. It's like a triple bottom with accumulation structure. 1, 2, 3 valleys. This and this. These 2 valleys are higher than this valley. Similar to Maker a little bit. Maker's way better. I'm just saying, right? That's some favorable price action. And how did it all start? You can't believe it. Oh, just having to be like a bullish hammer and then follow through.
Carl tipped $25. Let's also take a look at dollar Mira for TA purposes.
Carl, thanks so much for the Mira or the $25 contribution. We'll look at Mira coin. All right, we got to look at Bitcoin. 3, 2, 1. There it is, chat. There it is. Jesus chimes. For the second highest weekly candle close in the history of Bitcoin. So, can we get some like half a mediocre, not the best? Meh. Rivaled but could not do it. Just closed right at it. Oh, excuse me. God, man.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Fine. The door has been closed. 1041 up against a mega ungodly resistance. After we're kind of pushing our luck now, okay? Because we've now had 5 positive weekly closes in a row. All started with that bullish engulfing candle April 7th this week, and onward we went, and here it crescendoed up against resistance. Let's just say 5 weeks it took us to get from the C to D wave. So how close are we? I think we need 105 and change for an 886 here on spot to complete that. Was once hypothetical shark. It's now very real. 886. My God, we've virtually done it, dude. I mean, look how... If we get really, really nitpicky here. 886 right here. It's like 105.4. What is going to happen when we hit the 886 formally? It could just be very soon. Yeah, thanks for the 925 people tuned in. If you're enjoying this weekly candle close live stream in 1080p, but with the best bit rate we've ever had, hit that like button, the bell, that sub. The sun has set, and the night lights are coming out. Yeah, thanks for being here. But my God, dude, the days just get longer and longer. I mean, 8 p.m. Eastern, and it's just still so bright out. I didn't even ask about audio check. Are we okay on audio? Something spectacular happened on Maker. I just want to let you know on the weekly. Let me show you here. This is like unreal good. And I don't know what this is going to manifest into, but I'll tell you right here. You want to talk about a dragon pattern? This is a ridiculous Glaurung type of dragon pattern. The C, well, let's just say the X, the A, the B, the C. All right? They already broke the dragon spine. We recaptured the 200-week simple moving average just moments ago, confirmed. But what was most important? This old 2018 swing high was formally recaptured with a candle close. It is just so real of a level. It was an old all-time high, dude. Many years ago. And now back above it. This is where you think, okay, what if Meka was going to make its own? Well, it's already made the dragon, right? Here's the dragon. The dragon. The spine, we broke it pretty much this week, what it looks like, right? If it does what Bitcoin did, if it actually completes, are you kidding me, dude? Could you even imagine? No one could imagine this hypothetical on Bitcoin until 5 weeks go by, and here we are at it. So, could you imagine a $3,700 maker on a weekly? I can't yet, but I'm just saying. We'll see what the consequences of this mega, colossal confirmed breakout are. Like, we'll see what they are. Beautiful. Audio is good? Okay, good. So Zeke, man. The master metalsmith, trained by Aule, but was not corrupted like Sauron. What's up, G-Dog? John Lemon, Mark P, Robbie, Steve, Daniel Smith. What's up, Dan the Man and J Mott? Austral. What's up, man? What's up, Guinness?
Guinness Stash super chatted $30. Sui seems like it's going to continue to be the big hype this cycle. So how is Sui looking from an alt perspective?
Good. Sui's probably going all-time highs, man. Something about Sui, it's AI related, probably going way higher. All right. Genghis Khan's here. People call him Genghis Khan. I think it's Genghis Khan for real. All right.
Come on, guys, let's pump those likes. Hype in the chat.
Thanks so much, Atticus, for the advocacy for likes. Thank you, dude. Yeah, hype in the chat. For real, Bitcoin's 1042. How could anyone have problems with Bitcoin this elevated in price? Anything above 92K was, remember, 92K. Hey, colors are more vibrant. Things taste better. Feel better. They sound better. And we're at 104 and change, just a few $100s away from the highest weekly close ever. But hey, the second highest weekly candle close ever is amazing too. Tip jar, got rid of it, man. It's like, it was kind of just, dude, talking like, some streams were getting like 2 tips a stream for a while. So it's like,
Celia tipped $25. Hey Mitch, smile time to pay off the new house. Wondering if I should short PSTG with it bumping into resistance, smile. But on the daily the chart is gappy as EFF.
TSLA, what's up, dude? It's a good question. We can look at it. PSTG. Yeah. Let me see here. Well, let's look at these weekly closes on the big ones, and then we'll go to those few requests we had, okay? Okay, highest weekly candle close confirmed on Ethereum since... really close. Since February 24th. So it didn't even make a higher close than that candle close joke. Still, though, that's beautiful. I mean, a 1 week candle, a 39% weekly candle is absurd. Solana, highest weekly candle close confirmed since February 24th. That was a 20% candle, very good. More upside, 190 probably. XRP, bullish engulfing candle confirmed. Gotta love this. Highest weekly close since March 17th. There's like 290 target on the weekly from here. Yeah. Dogecoin, highest weekly candle close since February. That was a 35% gain candle on Doge. Wow, what a week. What a bullish engulfing candle, recapturing key levels while doing it. Amazing. I want y'all to see something, and this is just specifically for harmonic education and fun. All right? I don't know if this will play out. It's a scam coin. No one cares, right? But, dude, look at this. How perfect it is. I guess all my data didn't save on this or something, but Yeah, still have a falling wedge breakout. Okay, but forget the wedge for now. Look at ApeCoin. All right, no one cares about ApeCoin. Scam coin, we know. But all this stuff, we're living in a scam market. It's fine, but we're just here using harmonics and traditional technical analysis to guide us through this market. And my God, if you can't see this bullish butterfly hitting the max threshold of the price reversal zone, type 1 reaction, type 2 return. Look at the receding volume on the second slightly lower low. Oh man, a lower low potential double bottom. You just had a bullish engulfing candle. Yeah, it was a big one. It was a 36% candle just about. But man, anything above 48 cents here is incredible. The upside potential could be, you couldn't fathom it. Be like, tell me how many, exoplanets there are in the universe. You can't fathom it. The upside could be insane here. So you have RSI, divergence continues. Every time you're making a lower low, you're making higher levels of relative strength. And you're out of the bearish control zone, right? Anything above 40. So this one's just like harmonic beauty. Trade set up. It's got everything, all the makings of a Velocity athlete. And then you go to stuff like storage where it was over, dude. But then it's like, are they just type 2 returning? No way. No way this is real life. Look at this. No freaking way. I mean, this could be it. But of course, right? You have recaptured the level of all levels after, like this all right here was the sellers. They broke support. It was done. It was cooked, dude. It was cooked. But then, nay, they recaptured, then they reconfirmed, and they bullish engulfing. Highest weekly candle close on storage since February, but anything above $28 or 28 cents given enough time is a 75-cent target. I know, man. It's a slightly lower low double bottom too, which could give it incredible performance if it actually plays out. But just look, man. The low to the slightly lower low, that is bullish divergence. The positive momentum is beginning to build again. It's just crazy. Where you think it's all done, it's all over, and then one month of price action, we're back. We're so effing back. That is the level of all levels. Okay, so your upside potential on storage coin above this level, given enough time, if the market conditions improve, 124% upside. It's freaking nuts. It just is, man. I mean, there is not much difference, but I mean, besides the assets being one's a crypto, one's a stock, there's not much difference between this asset and this asset. There is not much difference at all, chat. Harmonics were different, right? But the bullish Gartley, type 1 reaction, type 2 return, slightly lower low. But look, the slightly lower low occurring at the inflection zone, just like storage. Guess what? Storage had bullish divergence on the second slightly lower low. Look, bullish divergence. You got to be kidding me. It's almost the same picture. In some ways, I haven't played this in a long time. In some ways, they are identical. Okay, my cousin Vinny hype. You just got to keep in mind, man, a month ago, we were effed. We were done. We were cooked. It's over. And then 1 month, all it took. Buyers were capturing key levels. Please pay attention to that. One sec. What's up, Joel?
Love your content, and been watching since your inception. And I left the left coast for FL, and it's so much of a better state to reside in than CA.
It's freaking good, Joel. Yeah, man, Florida is the place. It is wonderful if you can get over the, the humidity in the summertime. But I'll tell you, dude, it's like, it is a dream out here. There's just nothing quite like, I don't know, every day of your life, you wake up to this view and you get to go to the beach anytime you want. You can defend yourself. Your peers, if you had to defend yourself with your Second Amendment rights, your peers, the jury, is not going to do anything to screw you, okay? If you did it the right thing. All these things, good leadership, 50-year lows on crime down here, law and order. Like, why would you... And then, the governor wants to get rid of property tax. He hates it. He's working on getting rid of it. And it's like supermajority. So I'm down with it. Let's get rid of property tax. So I have the chat for Florida. And this backdrop. Wow, it's beautiful at night, right? So 104,259. We got a couple requests to knock out. Let's do that. Again, really happy to see y'all here. By the way, if you don't know, if you're watching the stream, 840 of y'all, I have booked my hotel room to Vegas. I pinged y'all today, but going to Vegas for the Bitcoin conference week. I may or may not go to the Bitcoin conference. I don't really care about Bitcoin conference. It's kind of a grift, scam, money grab joke. But I'm just going for the vibes, the people that are there during the Bitcoin conference, the people I want to hang out with. But it gives an excuse to you. So, hey, man, you want to go? Hey, Bitcoin conference. Well, Mitch Ray's there, too. I like watching him. We'll hang out, dude. We'll do a pseudo Mitch Ray TA meetup like we've done before at other Bitcoin conference events. So, but yeah, if you're not far from there, you got nothing going on that week, like let's party, dude. Let's go eat the craziest steaks in the lobster arms, bigger than your face, and let's dip it in crazy butter, garlic butter, and let's just get so full on lobster and Wagyu steak that we can't walk for like 4 or 5 days straight. Let's just do that. So if you want to do that, come on down, man. We're gonna party it up in Vegas, okay? Like we've done before, multiple times. I think one of my blinds died. Huh. Oh, no, it's okay. All right. What was it? That request was from PLG. Yeah, PLG was the next formal request. Let's look at it. Yeah, platinum metal groups. My God, dude, this is what I'm talking about, platinum. I don't know what to tell you about this thing. It's just so sad. Might have to ask Scott Carney about it. Because it's like, bro. You completed M shape, then you completed another M shape, and then like type 2. It was beautiful. I mean, that was a perfect harmonic trader setup right here from June 2022 all the way to June 2024, a 2-year window for the trader, right? They longed the type 2 return. They exited the aggressive harmonic targeting level, and then it completely reversed 88% of the way, right? Then it rallied to fresh multi-year highs, but then it collapsed again, and here we are. We're just right back at this same level, and it's just like, dude, I don't know. Like, it just might be kind of fluctuate between 86 cents and $2 forever. Very tough chart here. Very tough. But yeah, can't say it's not at like some key spot, 112, but one good thing, I guess. Hello? What the?
Does this really sound like Mitch Ray? Maybe, I don't know if so. Then there's 2 of us here. I kissed a girl and I liked it. I love altcoins. Altcoins.
I don't know, chat, does it sound like me? 1 if it does, 2 if it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. 1044. Why couldn't we have gotten that like 15 minutes ago, dude? We would, right now, we're higher than the highest weekly candle close ever by like $10. Who knows, man? Maybe what they're implying here is like more than before. Both of these lows are higher than this low. So, yeah, maybe. I guess your cutoff might be $1, 105 or something. And your target would easily be 197. It's pretty obvious, right? Like if they're gonna rally it to the next big level, that's your target, sir. Okay, that's all I got on PLG really. Daily, look, daily is it's so choppy, man. But yeah, like down here below, look, we're at 1011, stop loss below 111. If you want to roll the dice here, dude, that's your cutoff probably. And you would just have to target for $2, 197, 198, up there. Yeah. Divergence is pretty real. I like the RSI divergence. It's pretty good. Not overbought, right around 55. Yeah, it could play out. It's kind of like a dragon pattern that already broke out, right? Like your dragon spine. The dragon, 1 foot, the second foot, you broke it. That's kind of like Bitcoin was, right? Before it Blew up. Yeah. It's okay, man. It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's look at the next request. Sorry, I'm in 1080p. It could have been 4 times better, but I don't know what I did wrong. We're gonna get working on that right after the stream. Okay, the next request was 4 more requests. The minimum Mira coin for Carl. Oh, you know, Mira coin was gonna like cure cancer or something. They would take over the world. Dude, why are you requesting this? What am I looking at? Miro Finance. For TA purposes, there's no TA. What am I looking at here? It's a rug pull. It's a scam. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you can get a 300% candle tomorrow. It doesn't matter. You're just, again, at the casino without an edge, just hoping that happens. There's nothing to do here. No one's making the market on this thing. Look at it. It's a scam. It's a 2-time scam. 1 scam, 2 scam. That's it. I don't know how I can spend much time on this. There's just nothing to look at. But the community, the Miro Finance community, yeah, dude, down 5.7% on the new day. I don't even know.
Did not want Mira coin. Wanted Mira Pharma.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry. What the heck? Okay, well, you never know, man. Maybe that's my bad. Mira Pharmaceuticals, the drug prices, right? That's pretty interesting. Wow, nice chart. Okay, now I get you, dude. I understand what you're talking about. I don't care if it's not 4K. It still looks amazing, right? I brought in my outside patio table for this stream too. Backdrops, wow. Nighttime. I wish my streams might just have to be nighttime streams now or something. Yeah, you have a big level here. What's the resistance though? Here it is. I mean, they're holding 1 and 2. This 80-cent level, still trading below 200 moving average. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I would like to see a higher low locally because you're putting in the lower low here, but both these low, it's like a confirmation low that 80 cents is support. But how do I manage my risk here? How do I set an entry? I don't know if I can. Right? Because if I set a stop here at 99 cents, it goes to 80 cents again for just another test, then like I get stopped out and it goes to the best level.
Mitch, can you take a look at the year? Thanks.
The Euro? Golden Knight, what's up, dude? Thanks for 20. Yeah, sure, we can do that. No problem, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've confirmed 80 cents as support. You've had a nice rally off of it, but you're definitely, it seems like, testing the swing low from November 2023. Resistance, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. It's just, yeah. If they break 134, that's where things start rolling, man. That's like 184 to 250 targets. Easy 184. Right? Now, if you break that, which they haven't been able to do that for 6 months, 7 months, really. So it's all about if they can break 134, you got an easy ride to 184, and then 250 after that, 256. Okay. So maybe that confirmation low was it, but like again, we're trying to long as close to key inflection points as we can. We're too far removed from that. Think about from there, like you're like 50% like removed from where you would want to have an optimum risk management strategy, right? You're strategizing at these levels. Is Robert.
Can we argue on the monthly on all assets that we have 2 hibbits too low succeeding broadening weggy?
Hold on. That sounded weird. TTS wasn't doing it right. Well, hold on. We have 2 hibbigs Two lows, ascending, broadening wedge. Robert, can we say that again in chat? Higibids? Someone you know, translate. Thank you, dude. I'll try to get more to that on the next request, okay? So thanks again, Carl, man. Sorry if that's...
What the f*** did you put in that sauce?
Thank you, Gordon Ramsay. Okay, next request was for Guinness Stash, and he wanted Sui, which is, yeah, dude, probably going all-time highs. Give it enough time. Yeah. It's running, right? I mean, let me show you here. It's running. Just yesterday, or on Saturday, it was the highest daily candle close confirmed since, like, January 24th. Big rally. What I love is this, when they recaptured this key level, they reconfirmed it as support. That's beautiful. And then from there, another impulse higher. But yeah, this is where, hey, a slightly higher high, if things start topping out, bearish divergence starts developing. Yep, there it would be. Like, if they can't keep it going, all of a sudden buyer exhaustion starts becoming apparent.
What would be a good exit point on SHX/Stronghold? Thanks, Mitch, and enjoy Vegas.
Mr. Captain Sticks. What was that? Captain Sticks? Yeah, Captain Sticks, dude. Thanks, man. For the 20. SHX, Stronghold. We'll look at it, okay? Much love. Enjoy Vegas. Why don't y'all? I mean, everyone's invited. Let's go to Vegas, dude. Let's party. Let's blow it out for 100K Bitcoin again. Yeah, Sui here, though, was the comment here. Seems like it's going to continue to be the big hype this cycle. How is SUI looking from an alt perspective? Good, really good. Not much to do here, right? Like, as a swing trader that's trying to look in this for the first time, they're like, okay, I want to go long. Well, you're far removed from that, right? I mean, the only time you go long as close as you can to inflection points, right? And if you went through a massive correction and then, you're right, it looked like a lot of other altcoins, it was over. You were screwed. You fell below the level confirmed with the candle as April 6th. But look what happened. Sellers couldn't do anything when they broke that very, very key level. And then they rallied. And then all of a sudden, it was like a lower low. And look at your oscillators. I mean, both of them, it was like a low on price, a lower low on price with higher levels, relative strength. That divergence came in just like Bitcoin. It was identified immediately. Look at your MACD. It's the same thing. You're low on price, you're lower low on price, failed bearish breakdown, divergence. It developed right there. From there, what a crazy move. So up here, shoot, dude, to long now is kind of, there's no strategy involved with longing now. You're looking to long as close as you can to levels, so you can have tight stops. If it fails, you wouldn't want to own the asset anyway because it's going way lower. And it also gives you the max upside potential. It would have been a $3 target above $2 given enough time. That was like 30+% upside. But it broke that. It back tested. So your upside now, I mean, how deep have we retraced? High to low, 618. So, I mean, eventually I think $5, 497 and 886 will be tested. In that same type of X, A, B, C, D situation, like Bitcoin's at near its 886, this one could do the same thing. Where you look X, A, B, C, and then D, 886 is like right here. Yep, 497. That's probably your hard target, but you can go up and down a lot before you get there. So you're in the middle of the C to D wave right now. This thing pulls back, goes back to 297 again. It would be fine. It would still be a valid C to D wave structure. So our Bitcoin 1044. What are we doing, chat? We're just being strong. It looks like full risk on is going on because China and the U.S., we got trade stuff, trade talks, trade deals. Let's look at that next request if we can. Thank y'all for spending your Sunday with me because you could be doing anything. PSTG for PSTG pure storage. Well, see, structurally, you know, because hold on. Let me show you here. So like topped out and dumped, and then like, you know, hit its lowest price since in a year. And then look, you've just begun to rally. This isn't really a structure. You know, it's not like anything that. Nice divergence, right? You caught a bounce off a Trump tweet, piercing line reversal with bullish divergence. It was beautiful. Textbook bullish divergence. Look how gorgeous that is. In hindsight, just look back at this is what you want. Anytime you get a low or a lower low on price, you want that. MACD, same thing. Textbook divergence. Sellers were exhausted. And then you got the Japanese candlestick, the piercing line. And from there, it's been recovering. And so now we're just up against this 49.20 level. They closed the week below it. Uncertain, right? It could be a bear flag. Gap fill 50.51. You haven't made a higher high. Most recent discernible events, the lowest low, making a deep retrace from the side of low. It could still very much be in a bear market. We could very well be in a bear market on this. So if they recapture for 49.20, that's great. There could be some good upside. Structurally, I don't see anything. You got to have local structures. Those are the best trades. You want accumulation signatures if you can help it. I mean, it's like, hey, yeah, they broke a dragon. It could be a dragon spine, kind of scuffed. So I would say maybe your good upside is to fill the gap at 50, 51, 200 moving average, $55. There's another gap fill like 62.80. Those are all possible targets on a retrace here. So what were you saying? You should short PSTG with it. Well, let's just wait, man, because you are one tweet away from getting murdered on a short squeeze, shorting this market. This like it's already done the bad stuff, right? The crazy bad stuff. And yeah, it was a kind of not great close on Friday. It really wasn't for the Qs, for the NASDAQ. They weren't making higher highs. They're still trading below those levels. But let's see what this trade deal does to the market, okay? Because yeah, I think your best time to short happened already. It was the best time was February 21st. That was it. You had a crazy drawdown. Now you don't have structures for shorts right now. And then we see individual stocks like Coke and McDonald's and Southern Company that had these bearish patterns. They're going to fail. It looks like they're going to fail, but especially based on what's going on. And here we go on Bitcoin. We're at highs of the week, highs of the day. Let's go back to it real quick. We have not yet seen the 886 here. We don't know if it's valid or not. This could dude, in your wildest dreams, this wave structure could conclude at a 113. Hoo-hoo! Imagine a 113 chart. That's your 113.835. How interesting. 113% retrace is $113,000 and change. So that would be the insane retrace. But you have 886s and you have 113s. You don't know exactly which one. You wait on that reaction to occur, and we have not seen a reaction. We've not even seen the 886. The 886 is like 105.3, 105.5. So just get rid of it for now. For now, it is just the dragon tail. The very, very epic dragon tail is wreaking so much havoc across the countryside. Many thousands of people have lost their lives and their homes to this dragon's tail.
Therefore be imitators of God, as beloved children, and walk in love, as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. Ephesians 5:1-2 Ray, Happy Lord's Day. GRT Type 2.
Double Jesus shot for Jesus. Let's go.
Martin Olson tipped $25. Hi Mitch, could you have a look at this gigantic S-coin $Queb/USDT, Mexic exchange?
Martin, I don't know what you just said, but yeah, sure, we'll give it a shot. Okay, thank you so much, dude. 25, much love. Yes. 104.6. Highs of day, highs of week on Bitcoin. Let's go. You gotta be kidding me, man. So I would just right now, there's just not much in the way of like that 886.
Round trip 2025, 2026. Who's boarding the train?
Some Moi Moi, Napoleon Dynamite.
Senpai. Much education. So
Oi.
epic. You are treasured and appreciated.
Oh man, thank you so much. You're treasured and appreciated too. I freaking love this community, man. Y'all are amazing. we're trying to go 4K. That's all. That's like what I can do, right? All I can do is like reinvest in the stream, or if I go on vacation or I travel somewhere, I'm streaming there too, to give you, you know, the analysis, right? And maybe if we're lucky, if we're fortunate enough, setups, you know. Thank you, dude. So the next request formally was the euro. Okay, we'll do that real quick. Okay, the euro, right? Wow, man. What a run it's been on. But it went up against some resistance for sure. Take a look at the weekly. Definitely maybe some supply line got recaptured. Yeah, or, you know, buyers broke something. How would we adjust it here? Yeah, that's kind of like that. They broke it, they back tested it. And yeah, I mean, look at, I mean, just what was it? A few weeks ago, it was the highest level we had seen since January 2022. And you got to wonder if we're if the trend's reversing, right? The lowest low, here are the higher lows, and this low accumulation, now a higher high. I mean, you got the makings of a trend reversal going on here. I mean, to recapture that 200-week moving average is a huge feat because they were trying that for an entire year. Let's just say they were trying that from January 2022 all the way to September 2024. So we got a year and a half here. They couldn't do it. Now we finally done it. So any pullback that you get on the euro, I mean, as long as you put in a higher low than this low, you got a really good shot of way higher prices. But dude, this is the weekly. So this could take like, oh, it's a year later and we're higher. But yeah, somehow, some way, the euro looking pretty good, technically speaking, on the weekly. All right. Above 105 is king. Any higher low will be the highest low of the potential reversal we're receiving right now. Okay. 105, 587 on Bitcoin, man. It's so close. Like, this is like what we were seeing. Like, it's like a little mini me of this. Look at the upsloping flag. It was kind of like this. I mean, this one was a little more sideways. But these consolidation structures, just like, it's big boy, and then it's fat man, and then it's little boy. How are we high and tight flagging like this on Bitcoin? This is like absolute godlike FOMO flag. The FOMO flag. If they're going to rip this higher. I mean, could you imagine if it's truly a bull pull, bull flag, high and tight, half staff situation? I mean, the size of this pull would take us way beyond all-time highs. Unfathomable. Like, even if you're going to be conservative and say the bull pull starts like May 7th, that is, if it was actually to do that, that's, hold on, measuring here. It'd be like a almost $112,000 measured move on Bitcoin. If this is actually a bull flag developing on the very, very, you know, it's the 4 hour, but if it's real, we're going above all-time highs. Type in the freaking chat, man. So the euro doing stuff, not good for the US dollar. That's all I can say.
Another great stream, Mitch. Can you please look at Ondo?
What's up, Burden? Yeah, we'll look at that, man. Thanks so much. Well, thank you, dude. Thank you, people. What's up, Carl?
Carl tipped $25. ENPH looks decent, eh?
Oh, we can take a gander. They had been devastated, dude. Like, the solars were just getting obliterated. But yeah, they get these crazy short squeeze, violent pumps every now and then. They had been recently. So, but only after they got destroyed. Oh, we'll get in base. Thank you, man. Let's see here. Next request, formally. SHX for Captain Sticks. Okay. SHX.
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
I have done this. Sorry, dude. SHX. I mean, where's the data, you know? I guess this is the one. I have data on this. Yeah, I think you've requested this before. So, yeah, I mean, it was like they defended that level. You had this one crazy 23% candle. And now you had a bearish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday up against resistance. So for risk management purposes, it's a great inverse head and shoulders in the end. But dang, it was just really, you didn't have any time to take action on this if you were really monitoring. I mean, it was just kind of breaking support and then just one day, like May 8th, gone. And so now it's like, will they break this just 1 cent resistance? That's hard to say. You think any pullback, you put a higher low in, you're in really good shape. And again, these ones that broke these supply lines, these bump and runs or whatever, you just look at Fibonacci. What is it? It's made a 23% retrace on its recovery, which is pathetic, right? That's like so sad because we know Bitcoin's pretty much at its 88% retrace. 23%, that's multiple fib nodes removed. So the upside, though, is just common retrace zones between the 382 and the 618, between 1.1 cents to 1.5 cents. I think that if you were going to make a pretty good run on this one in time after a pullback, or if it just breaks 1 cent sooner, I think give it 1.5 cents. That's confluent with that next big overhead resistance from December of last year. So I think that's probably where you'd be targeting if you cared about this thing. 50% retrace is confluent with that Trump pump and dump day. Man, these things got wrecked, dude. They have not recovered really at all, even with a 23% candle on a daily. Like, meh. Massive underperformance to Bitcoin, like almost everything else, even if they're pumping. Oh, they were up. Dogecoin was up 40% a day. Who cares, man? It's still like massively underperformed Bitcoin, like crazy. Okay, next request was LFMD, LifeMed, all these health sectors. Who knows? Yeah, this is great, man. This one was nice. Back at 427, it's almost doubled since then. But there was this shock, this bullish shark pattern. And then all of a sudden this accumulation came in at key levels, like undeniable levels from history. Look at this, man. You cannot make it up. 1988, 1990 swing highs. Ancient inflection points trading above. I mean, that's incredible. It's almost like Maker in a way where it's like one valley, then a second valley, and then it's like you can see it's like a triple bottom with accumulation signature, but it just so happens that that double bottom, triple bottom was all developing at a level from 1988, 1990, and so it's so high now. I mean, like, right? I don't know. Like, the closer you are to 427 to $5, the easier it is, the more optimum it is for a trading plan. Up here, it's like, man, you're at a resistance. You're up extremely elevated. There's probably more upside, but you could say, like, what is this, a high to low 50% retrace? My God, dude, you could be type 2 returning of a bearish 5-0, right? The shark pattern turns to the 5-0. This is the type 1 reaction, type 2 return. So you're up against, this is not, unfortunately, not a amazing level to take fresh longs. It's just not. But yeah, congratulations about being above 795. But again, anything healthcare with Trump, what was Trump doing again, chat? Would he announce 80% less on healthcare costs or something he said? I could imagine all these XLV stocks blowing up tomorrow. Who knows? So Wildfire, thank you, dude. It is ancient. It's 1988. There were mummies, okay, trading at that support resistance. Mummies, bro. Whew. Not enough volume on Bitcoin to sustain pump? I don't know about that, man. Healthcare costs these days. All right, let's look at the next one. Thanks, Estage, man. Thanks again, Lino. GRT Type 2, he said. Yeah, be another one. Look at GRT. Yeah, Type 2, but super scuff, man. Harmonic Central, right? Weekly. Yeah, I mean, it's like a whacked out too far, but my God, look at the bullish divert. Look what we're doing, man. Positive momentum for the first time since January. A low, a way lower low. That's bullish divergence on the weekly. But to recapture 10 cents could be everything, because you just had a bullish engulfing candle to recapture that level. So if you got a pullback to 10 cents here, it would be a godlike entry. I don't know, you probably have your stop loss at like 8.7 cents, 8.6 cents at that point. But yeah, you could look at it almost like a harmonic optimum price down there, type 1, type 2. It's whacked out, but again, it's like your line in the sand is 10 cents. You don't own GRT at this point below 10 cents. But the closer you are, the best entry and the most upside. I mean, the upside potential on GRT, given enough time above 10 cents at this point, is 34% to 16.6 cents. That is your target. It's your target here, above 10 cents, 16.6 cents, 16.5 cents. All right. Yeah, it's whacked, but it's very real. Storage is better. Storage looks prettier. I'll just be real. Storage is way prettier. Right there, man. That's it. That's like we're at actionable areas. If you got a weekly back test this week or something just to test the top or bottom, oh my God, it would be so on. You just have some money laying around, you just put it in storage and you just forget about it. Close short 28 cents and then your target again 75 cents. This is crazy. Type 1 reaction, okay, the reaction played out. Now the type 2 return. This is where the much larger move happens, where you can end up seeing 123. If it plays out, dude, you cannot argue with this. It's so real in these alts. Wow. It's ridiculous. Okay, next one was C-Web from C-Web on Mix. CoinWeb. Okay, up 2% today. Here, what is a weekly? Meh. Scam coin for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like all-time lows. The liquid crap. I mean, if you want to take a shot at an all-time low, I mean, go for it, man. I guess you don't want to own it below 2.5 tenths of 1 cent. I guess. Really, it's like a little zone here. I guess you probably don't want to own it below 3 tenths of 1 cent, but yeah, maybe there's a double bottom getting put in here at the lowest level we've ever seen. I'd probably be looking for other assets, like, right, more data, like way more data. They've been around for years, like something like Storage or GRT or even ApeCoin. But this one's like, how long has it been around? Oh, since January 2022. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe they're holding the level. And the upside would be pretty good. It'd be like 5.9 tenths of 1 cent. I mean, it probably should be this old inception candle. See the swing high here, reversal. So your upside from here, if you care, if you're a C-Web head, web head, 75% upside just to see the next big level on the weekly. So if you care about levels, you know you're level to not be in it anymore and you're level to take some profit. That's about all I can give you on C-Web. So it's at inflection point. But it's also a scam coin. All right. Music's very low. Yeah, that's the point, dude. It's supposed to be very low. I checked out the Friday pump stream. It was too loud. It was way too loud for my liking. You should not be able to hear the music that loud. Exactly, and I thought it was too loud, so taking like extra precautions. Okay, Burton wants Ondo, but you know it's had its flavor of the month situation. But I know it also dumped hard. Ondo, yeah, it M-shaped. Nice engulfing candle, wow. Highest weekly candle close confirmed since February. Oh yeah, dude, beautiful. You know, wish I was paying attention more to. Dude, there's millions of them. There's millions of them, bro. Good God, it's so perfect, man. How do they do it every time? Every time, man. It's the 886. This thing's probably going to 145 if this M shape plays out. You're up against big resistance. If they can break this level, I got no doubt, man. 145 is your target. Yeah, your best bet was right here. Quite possibly 1 and then 2. It's almost like a hyper triple bottom, but yeah, now it's like you don't know if they break 105. Sure, massive upside, but if they don't, it could come all the way back to 65 cents. So. Really good how it's recovered here, but man, what a specimen M shape. This is beautiful. I mean, this just looks good on Ondo. Yeah. So you tell me, are we going to break 105.7 cents? Mr. Burton Stone? If we can, your upside potential is 37%. Okay, that'd be your target. It's a big if, though, right? You haven't broken it. You tried yesterday or 2 days ago, and yesterday you kind of fell back below it. And it's like, all you need is some good macro days, and it's probably going to go flying. But, man, what a good M shape. Okay. Long-term uptrend, too. Every time making higher lows here. Yeah. It's 145. After that, it's 164. And then your third target will be 213, all-time highs.
Thanks for all you do for the community. LPSN is in the basement. Can you check out?
We'll look at the LPSN. Thank you so much. Pump it up, dude. If you don't pump it up, I'm gonna lose my mind. Thank you, dude. Wait, I know you, dude. I just saw your name. I know you from back home, and you provide wonderful service and goods to the great people of back home. So, what's up, dude? Wow. Okay, cool, dude. I think, unless I'm mistaken, unless you're someone else, you could give me confirmation or not in the chat. It's fine. Thank you, dude. Okay, let's see. In phase for Carl. We'll look at it. In phase. Yeah, dude, that thing was like, it looks terrible, and it finally crashed. Yeah, dude, this was like showing redistribution for so long. I remember looking at this thing. Yeah, dude, just bad. And so you're saying, does it look good now? I wouldn't say looking good. I mean, yeah, you're probably completing some sort of like extension pattern. Yeah, 1414, 618 on the B point. But I would think like, okay, you were in a bear trend. I'm sorry. You just are. You were not in an uptrend. And just because this asset went up 12% on Thursday and then 3.5% on Friday does not change the trend. We have no discernible swing highs or swing lows locally lately at all. The only thing that you'd be getting here is like, oh, sellers are exhausted. So yeah, sellers get so exhausted, they relent and buyers take over for a little bit only to put in lower highs than previous highs. And you didn't even hit the inflection point. I figured like $35 to $38 would be your target. You still have not seen that yet. And I don't think you're out of the woods at all. I don't think this thing's done. Like, you're just short squeezing. All right, supply line's right there. It's like, yeah, there's like a little wedge pattern's forming. Great. You can get wedges and be in downtrends. You rally, you hit $71 and you roll over. There's nothing about this that indicates that buyers control it. Sellers are in complete control of this asset. And yeah, some sort of falling wedge pattern, potential reversal pattern is developing, but the trend is still miserable. Very bearish trend. Okay. They could take this to $70, test an overhead resistance. They could take this thing to $57. Either one of these swing highs. It's still the lowest high of the downtrend. You roll over later. So yeah, it might be due for a rally, but no strategy involved, and you're counter trend trading if you're trying to long this thing. Terrible trend. There's so many assets out there that have like well-established uptrends. This one's not one, and they don't make. I guess they make some money. Yeah, they make money, I guess. Be looking at oil stocks. This is like solar. This is like solar power company. Meh. Be looking at nuclear more than solar. Carl, thanks again, dude. Pump it up. I think I know you, but I don't know. Okay, we've been live now, chat, for 1 hour and nearly 1 hour 40 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, enjoying the view, enjoying the 1080p stream, hit that like button, that bell, sub. This is the first live stream ever with my new camera, my Sony FX9, and my new lens, which I don't even remember what it's called, but it's really, really good. They make effing movies with this camera and this lens that I now have, and it cost me over $7,000 to get it. So we made it, man. We're making movies soon, okay? LPSN. Live Person Incorporated. That sounds like me, dude. I'm a live person. Well, let's go to the weekly. Basement, bro. This thing crashed. Oh my god. What did they do to this thing? This thing is okay. So trend is obviously awful, right? No good trend. Its whole life cycle is nothing. It wasn't an uptrend until the blow off top in 2021. But dude, pictures of rocks, potatoes, monkeys, they were going for millions of dollars when this thing peaked out. You'd have to be a complete effing loser to not blow off top in 2021. So at least it got that going for it. But since then, I mean, utter devastation. Something's wrong, like completely bad. And so you're like trading below prices seen since 2009, 2004. I mean, you were currently trading at the lowest price seen since 2003. That's not good. That's very bad. And you're not even at support, really. And structurally, I don't see anything. Okay, all I see is bad, right? So here's your lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. What's happening? I mean, these guys can't make money, right? No, they don't really ever make money. It seems like they're negative EPS every quarter. So what do? I mean, like in April of last year, they rallied this thing. Remember, S&P was making all-time highs throughout the year last year. And this thing can't even make a high to low. It can't even make a 50% retrace from its previous high to low. That's really bad. There's such a lack of demand. There's issues, technical issues with this. So they tried once and they tried twice. And both times they have failed to even come close to rivaling the previous discernible swing high. What does that represent? Way less market participants involved with this asset than before. This is it. This is all they can do over the course of a year. I just don't like it. I don't really care what happens next to it. It's not at support. It's below key support. There's a lot of downside. I think 34 cents to 13 cents would be on deck. I would never own this. I just never would, based on its technicals, and it seems like its fundamentals are bad too. This is a broken stock, and there's just nothing to really look at. I mean, it's an M shape. It's not a formal M shape. Retraces at the B point should never be this deep if you want some sort of shark pattern. Oh no, my camera died. What the? Oh, don't worry though. I've got a very expensive battery pack coming in that will. Yeah, I was already 2 steps ahead. One sec. Let me change out the mic real quick, or not the mic, but the battery. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, stuff. Thanks for being here. Be right back.
Calvin super chatted $30. Camarodono. Appreciate you, Mitch.
V-Chain doing things.
Anonymous tipped $25. Do you see the hammer on the 200 mega amperes for GME?
Thanks to the V-Chain doing things. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna buy it real quick. Coffee ran through me. I mean, we're pretty deep in the stream, so I'll be right back. 1 sec. Thank y'all. Stick around. All right, sorry about that. I have returned at I think we had another request. GME. Camera Dono, what's up, Calvin? Thanks so much, dude. Yep. That definitely goes to the part of the $7 grand, $8 grand at this point with peripherals and stuff. Appreciate it, Calvin. And then Anonymous wanted GME. Do I see a hammer? GME was like actually okay, man. It was like, yeah. Last time we looked at it last week. All right, Bitcoin's at the highs of the day. Let's go. Yeah, dude, look at the weekly here. This is huge. This is like 1 and 2. You got to understand the significance of this. And it's around this time last year. I'm not kidding. Remember, I was in St. Petersburg. We had a nice beach backdrop. I was shirtless streaming. We had that was the crazy time 1 year ago. And here we go. This key level, anything above $27 given at a time. I'm thinking of, you have like a $48 to $50 target on GME on the weekly. So Anonymous, do you see what I'm saying? Forget everything you're talking about. Forget the daily. Look at the 200-week simple moving average. It was tested formally 3 out of the past 4 weeks, formally as support. But look at the close we had on the weekly, 2709. Oh, look, Larry, it's just this very real level from 2023. We closed 3 weeks in a row above that level. So this is cautious optimism. This thing could go berserk, man. Okay? And it's almost like XABCD situation. Think about this, man, on the weekly. XABC. Oh, 886. I could see it, man. Yep. Here we go. $60, chat. Actual psychotic GME chart. Yeah, you want to roll the dice? Not a bad one. And guess what? Hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators. Now, earnings and June 4th. So it's coming up. Man, you never know about earnings. It could kill it, but that is like hidden bullish divergence. Can you hold on? Gosh. Okay, good. I wasn't full screen or anything. Yeah, okay, we're good. Hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. Nice. Implying a continuation to the upside. There you go, man. So what were you saying? 200 day? Like we even need it? Oh no, I think you're talking about the weekly, Anonymous. So big one, 104,677. We're at the highs. You see this potential high and tight bull flag again? Mini-me of what we were seeing even just recently here. My bull flag. I like to think about it like if it's like one of those Highland cows, those cute little hairy, curly-haired cows. You've seen them before. They're beautiful. I want to pet Highland cow one day. Ever retire out on a farm or something? Yep.
Forget BTC. Check out
What?
feeder cattle futures. Lowest cow herd in decades. Does 330 sound reasonable?
Oh my god, dude. Feeder futures. Let's friggin' go, dude. The cost to feed your cows, which in turn give you your steak and your milk. Highest level. Good God, man. Yeah, forget Bitcoin indeed. It was godlike, okay? 303 is your major 1414 from the previous high to low. It's going on it's like its own little cup with handle run, right? 303, and then after that's 332. Your 1618 gold mean ratio. This is crazy. It's like a bullish canary in the wild. Y'all remember the old joke, the X, the A, the B point's higher than the X point, which that's the canary. And it's like hyper demand. And then the higher low on the C point. And the 2618 was the theoretical pattern completion zone of the canary. So it was like this. Is the canary. The 2618 happens to be 321, but I'll just say 330 for the gold mean ratio. We got an unironic canary, chat. Dude, it might be real. That is sweet, dude. This is your weekly. That was the highest, 3 weeks in a row, the highest weekly closes ever. Forget the daily. Who even cares about the daily? This is freaking gone, man. Same with steak. Steak! Yeah, dude. That hyper. This is a real wave structure. Like, not a canary meme. It's like, 100% retrace. 1618 target easily 218 here on cattle futures. These are unbeatable. You cannot defeat these. I know like Crypto Face was long on those. Probably took them a minute, but man, hopefully he held on to it because this thing's probably going way higher. And Bitcoin's at 104,783. I mean, we are closing in on 105 again. Are you kidding me, dude? Let's just go to it because we haven't spent that much time looking at Bitcoin on the big screen outside of the beginning of the stream. But look at us, chat. The dragon. The humble beginnings. You were watching when we broke out and we back tested in early mid-April. And then from there, we're not even done. This party is not over. But we are approaching that magical 886 level. Let's hope that, forget the 886, let's go to the 113. All right, we are the highs of the day. We're about to see 105, chat. Oh my God, I'm going to have an alert set up. We hear 105, we'll just hear the beep. So we can just hype the chat together. $105. Because we didn't see that. If you know, on Coinbase, we never saw 105. We are now at 105. Oh my God, there it is. Jesus chimes. For the first time on Coinbase, Bitcoin saw just now $105,000. First time since January 31st. There it is. The alert's going off. We're now exceeded. We've just exceeded $105,000 for the first time in 5 months, 4.5 months, whatever you want to call it. So that is incredible. 105,025 fresh multi-month highs. Highest price we've seen in how many days at this point? 101 days. Okay, so you can see the high and tight little bull flag, the Highland cow flag, we're calling it, the baby Highland cow flag. We're wanting to test the top. We just saw highs of day, highs of week. Remember, if you look at the weekly, we were shy of an all-time high by just a few dollars. It was the second highest weekly candle close ever. 1 hour ago, but look at us now. We're just currently slightly trading above it, flirting with 105, breaking 105, pulling back below 105. You just got to wonder how real this 886 is going to be at 105.5. Still have yet to see it. If you're enjoying this fresh 101-day high on Bitcoin, hit that like button, the bell sub. Thanks so much for being here. We got a pretty much 2-hour live stream going on. I got company, got someone coming over. We're going to hang out. But, yeah, hopefully you got at least a little value out of this stream. And sorry it was not 4K. Don't worry, I'm working on that. We're going to hopefully by tomorrow have 4K. And I'm just hoping it's just this very, very no big deal thing where all I have to do is push a couple buttons and boom, we're 4K. But with 1080 looks pretty good, you know, with the new camera. Still history there. Vibrant colors, man, all over the place. Yeah, dude, just right there at 105, you can see right down there. But we will switch back to the chart screen. Can we do it? I mean, if this keeps up, we're at like the next major inflection zone by morning. I mean, like 106.9 to 108. Oh my God. And again, if you consider this a high and tight flag, I mean, the bull pole is so massive that we're going to be, it's like 113, 112, 113 measured move. So we'll see. But man, the market conditions would be conducive for a break upward due to the whole macro environment. Like, you know, futures just gapping up like crazy because relief, we had news. Dang, man. So we briefly broke 105. We're just up against it, absorbing some supply, probably at that psychological level. Where am I pointing, dude? I know, man. My chat, like, got backlogged. You know, if you don't have your chat alt-tabbed in, it just, like, freezes. All right, back over 105. Yikes, man, I got things to do. I got dinner to eat. What am I supposed to do here? Just stay live? Really, man? How's Asia just not going to let me eat dinner? Just looking at some chat, man. I hadn't had much time. We got through all the requests, thankfully. That was... Y'all put me to work today. Thanks again, Jared, for the cattle futures. Cattle feeder futures. My God. I gotta figure out how to get this 4K going. Hopefully DB Cooper has been looking into it. Him and One Wheeler have been kings throughout this equipment purchasing journey. Hopefully can y'all hear the fan of the... Well, I have like another fan on, but it's not the computer fan. Haha, yeah, dude, pump it up. It is the person I thought it was. Fantastic. Yeah. And he also he said he hopes that the 4K is up by tomorrow. Me too, man. Me too, because you just don't know. If we get this going, man, we got Hey Song. We are so close to... How far away is Bitcoin from an all-time high? We are only 4% from the highest level we've ever seen. Well, Brad, that's good. It's good you can hear your fan, right? That works, because if it doesn't work, you might be wrecked. It's not even... Hold on. It's a Dyson fan. It was on 10 today, because this room gets so hot during the day. The temperature between here and the other part of my place, it gets crazy. There's a crazy spread. So I turned that thing up to get the airflow in here. But watch. It's crazy y'all can hear that. See, I turned it down. There's no way you hear it now. It's done. I mean, it's like a freaking library in here now. Where'd the music go? I need to get crickets. Don't think I have crickets, man. I do have forest noises, though.
Carl tipped $25. Pizza and Apu apostaja.
Apu Abojata! Thank you, Carl, so much for the 25. Can you hear the river and the birds chirping, chat? Turn a little storm here. Kind of crazy we can do that. Yeah, well, all right. Apu Abojata. Apu Abojata. Yeah, dude, they bottomed it out, didn't they? Look at this thing. There's your... Gosh dang, man. That was it. That was it. They did the thing, right? The spring, the back test, the spring, the higher low get put in. There's an M shape prop. Yep, Abojata. Highest price seen since February, late January. Okay. There's nothing to do here. Like, the closer you are to 1.5 tenths of a cent, the easier it is to manage your risk. It was a spring, it was a back test spring, and there you go. It's gone. That's the thing, right? They confirm the bottom, then they give us a higher low, and then we get a nice rally. So if you get a pullback, any sort, you're really lucky here. You get something like that, Abojata, going way higher. Yeah, this is how bottoms get put in. They start looking like this, right? They start accumulation, confirmation of bottoms getting put in, then accumulation signatures, favorable price action, correlation, key levels from history. That's what you're looking for, and you got it, right? So maybe they try to retest that 1.89 tenths of one hundredths of 1 cent. God, it's worthless, but yeah, and your target would be 4 100ths of a penny. All right. Abojata, dude. Thank you so much. Now, y'all don't know Abojata. It's just another. It's like a derivative of Pepe. It's like a different frog guy. Cute Pepe frog though. It's still Abojata, whatever. Abojata. All good either way. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get some dinner. I am starving. What a freaking wonderful stream. Thank each and every one of you for coming out. So sorry it wasn't 4K today. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We're going to hopefully have a 4K stream by tomorrow. But hey, it was still a great debut for the new camera, the new lens, and, you know, everything in between. So thanks to all of y'all for coming out. And let's see if we can break this 105 level that we keep testing. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
What is this sound that so deeply penetrates my body? This music makes me feel free. I felt free.
No way.
That's how I would describe
No way.
The speakers were kicking out this beat.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Adios, turd nuggets.